So the state of Oregon has committed itself to an ambitious goal for educational attainment, the 40-40-20 goal, which expresses our intent that significantly greater numbers of Oregonians complete bachelor's degrees, significantly greater percentages of Oregonians complete associate's degrees and career-related certificates in order to meet our workforce needs of now and in the future and improve our civic society. To do so is going to require addressing the types of barriers that students face in higher education today. First and foremost among those is the challenge presented by the significant ramp up of tuition at public and private colleges and universities over the last decade plus. On the public side, to be clear, that those tuition increases are explained largely by declining state investment in higher education, and that's a challenge. But even while we're managing to put more resources into higher education, we also have to target those resources in ways that help students who need it the most. Through financial aid, targeted financial aid to Oregon's neediest students, and through supports for institutions to improve the work that they do to help students succeed once they come in the gate. Because the biggest concern to me, and I hope to policymakers and the people of Oregon, is not just affordability per se, affordability generally, but the student who incurs the debt, begins the degree, does a year, starts part-time, maybe takes a break, goes back in, and doesn't complete. If you got the degree, if you got the certificate, that debt and that struggle that you've gone through on writ large probably pays off. But the student who doesn't finish, the student who ends up not completing and still has the debt, is the greatest challenge that we have around affordability. So at the HEC, we're focused on dedicating state resources to improving support for institutions, trying to hold down tuition increases, and trying to promote aid strategies in ways that that support the students who need it the most, and support institutions in their efforts to help all students not just enroll, but complete their certificate or their degree.
Okay, let me ask one question. When you say aid, what are you talking about? Are you talking about more debt? Because it seems to me that that's the last thing they need.
That's right. We're talking about the state's need-based scholarship program, the Oregon Opportunity Grant. Grants that are provided to students on a needs basis, based on their ability to pay and the gaps that many students face between the cost of attendance and the various forms of support from federal scholarships such as the Pell Grant, their family contribution if there is one, and their own work and a little bit of borrowing. That leaves for a lot of students a gap. We have a scholarship program that's designed to fill that gap. We're not funding it to the extent that would be necessary to fill that gap for enough students, and we're not targeting it given the limited resources on students who potentially need it the most. So that's where our affordability recommendations are likely to be focused.